Today I'm going to show you how to disassemble the Canik MC9 Slide. Specifically, we're going to remove the extractor and the firing pin or striker assembly. So first we need to verify that the firearm is unloaded, no magazine, and no round in the chamber. And now we need to field strip the gun by removing the slide. So first we need to point the gun in a safe direction and press the trigger. Then move the slide back just a little bit. Grab your takedown tabs on both sides at the same time and pull them down. And allow the slide to move forward to this position, and then it will lift off of the gun. This does not go on from the front or come off from the front like most guns do. Alright, so now we have the recoil spring and guide rod assembly can be removed, and the barrel can be removed. Okay, now in order to remove the striker assembly or firing pin assembly, we need to remove this rear cover. To remove this rear cover, we just need to press down on this little tab right here with a very small punch, and then this cover will slide right off. So just press down about a little bit and this will come right off, and then gently release. And what we have is, this is a spacer and there's a spring in there. So now that that cover is released, we can just pull this striker assembly right on out of the slide, and it looks like this. Alright, now we're going to remove the extractor and the firing pin safety plunger right here. Word of warning, there are some springs involved here, and it's very easy for some of them to launch things across the room, so please wear eye protection. Watch this whole thing through before you try it so you know what to expect. There's a plunger here, and this plunger is spring loaded, and that is what holds in the extractor. And the extractor actually holds in this safety plunger from popping out. So a couple of things are going to happen when we release this plunger. There's also a spring right under here. Alright, so get in here with a small punch and press this down pretty far until your extractor starts to pop out. And that plunger will stay down because the extractor is kind of holding it down. At this point you want to put a finger over both of these holes so that nothing goes flying out. And then if you can get a hold of this, you can pull this out, and there's a spring there that comes out. And then you probably felt a few things pop over here. Alright, so this started to pop out. That's got a spring on it. And this plunger is now going to fall out, and that also has a spring in it as well. Alright, and the firing pin striker assembly does come apart further, and if you want to take it apart, I'll show you how to do that. You need to pull the spring down. It's a pretty strong spring, and then remove these black cups here. Alright, so you need to set it down with this sitting on something, because when you press it down, you're going to be pressing against this, not the spacer. And then make sure you wear eye protection here because this is a strong spring. And then push the spring down, and then these two pieces come off in two halves like that. And then gently release the spring, and the spring will come up over the top of the actual striker, and then this will come right on out. Then there's the secondary spring at the bottom there that comes out as well. Alright, and now that we have all these pieces apart, now is a good time to clean everything up. So all I'm going to do is basically wipe everything down with a dry cloth. We don't really want to get lubrication on here, any oil, because it's going to attract dirt and cause problems. So we just want to wipe everything, wipe any crud off of here, get some cotton swabs in there, get everything nice and clean. You can go in here with a cotton swab to get this all kind of wiped down. I use these cotton swabs. These are dual tipped. They have a pointy end and a regular kind of end. They're great for cleaning guns. You can get in all the tight little spots and everything with these. Wipe the cups down. Wipe your extractor off real good. Get your safety plunger and wipe down here. go into the various slots in the gun, clean the striker channel real well. Gets it pretty clean. And some of these tighter areas where the cotton swab doesn't quite fit, I get some pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaner is great to clean the actual firing pin hole in the breech face. You can completely clean the channel where the firing pin comes in and out using a pipe cleaner like that. This isn't really a cleaning video, but we're just cleaning this up while we're in here. You can see my cleaning video for the entire gun elsewhere on the channel. Alright, now we got everything cleaned up. Alright, let's start putting it back together. Okay, let's go ahead and reassemble the striker or firing pin assembly. So we'll take the striker, put this shorter spring on there all the way at the bottom. Then we're going to put the spacer on there like so. And then this spring, it doesn't matter which way, same, that's going to go down just like that. And then we need to get something to rest this on. We don't want to rest it on here, we want to rest it on this. Something like that. Alright, and then have these ready to go because you need to get these in place while you're holding this spring compressed. Now this is not particularly easy to do. Pinch the spring and you need to pull it down pretty far here. Put one cup in one side, trap it with your finger. Put the other one in the other side and let the spring back up to grab the cups like that. Alright, and then your firing pin assembly will look just like that. Alright, now let's start putting the slide together. First we're going to take this safety plunger here, put the spring in the bottom, and this is going to go into this opening this way, going in this orientation. Just kind of set it in there like that. Then we're going to take this plunger and its matching spring. I'm going to go in here like that. And then that is going to drop into that opening. All right, we have those two things sitting in there like that. You can see them along the side. Now this kind of holds these things in place. So we're going to take this. Now this spring has a small side and a larger side. I don't know that it really matters. I'm going to put the smaller side in to the hole here. It sits in there like that. And then this little opening on the end here kind of straddles that. Like so. Alright, and then kind of hold it in place. You don't want the springs to come out. Now this isn't going to go in until you press down on this black plunger here a little bit. Push that down, and it has to go down pretty far. Alright, and then this goes down until things kind of fall into place like that. Now this plunger is still down there, so that needs to pop up a little. So if you look in there closely, this is how you should end up. This little spring-loaded plunger should be almost at the top of the hole. And this plunger should go in and out under spring pressure. Alright, lastly, we have the striker assembly. And no lubrication needs to be done here. All these parts need to move freely without any gummed up lube over time, and then push that in. Alright, now to put the end cap back on, you can kind of start it sliding in just like that. Get it into the slots. Get ready to put a little pressure on it, and then just take a punch. Push down on this until this comes over top and kind of traps it in place there. Alright, and then push it back into place. And you'll see this little tab has popped up and is almost flush, but not quite, with the top of the opening there. Alright, and then you have got it all back together. Put the barrel in there, recoil spring and guide rod, all like that. And to put it back on the firearm, You need to line up this slot with this rail here, so it goes like this. Make sure it's sitting nice and flush on the frame on both sides, and then push back, let go, and now we are good to go. And at this point, it'd be a good idea to do a quick function and safety check. I'll put a link up here in the corner that you can do that to make sure everything is working. And if you found this video helpful, please hit like below. Check out the description for some of the tools that we used here today. And thank you for watching.